Let's see, where am I? All right, so, okay, as you can see, I have the deck tops on the rear. They've been shaped and sanded, and I've gone ahead and faired out all my connections with some thickened resin. All I got left is a couple of layers of 1708 on each side. And then I can put the 1708 on the deck as well. And believe it or not, that's almost all the fiberglass work that's left on this boat. The only other thing I got left to do is chop strand and gel coat. And that's just like a quick coat of chop strand across the entire boat. I'm gonna leave pretty much the texture of the chop strand. I'll knock the high spots off, come back through, gel coat it up. I do have some non-skid I'm gonna throw down on my primary deck areas. And then that's it. We're putting it in the water. So super close to actually getting to use this thing. Super excited. Hopefully just a couple more steps and she's getting splashed. So let's get the decks done. Squeegees, paintbrushes. Huge milestone. Everything has fiberglass on it now. All right, so here we have it. Over the last couple of days, I've done several runs of fairing compound, which is just really just thickened resin. Next up is the last layer of structural glass on here. It's going to be a full layer of 1708. Going to tie everything together all the way across the front. Well, so it is official. All of the structural glass is actually done. I can't believe I'm at this point finally. This has been a really long journey, my goodness. I've been working on this thing now for off and on about a year, if you can believe that. I'm sure if you've ever built a boat, you absolutely believe that. There's a lot of work involved in doing this sort of stuff. Like any other project that you would get yourself involved in, it explodes into something way more than you ever anticipated it being. But from here on out, I have a little bit of sanding to do to kind of grade things out on here. Let me hop out over here. You can also see from when I did my last glassing, there's a little bit of a skirt hanging the whole way around everything. That just makes it easier to glass. You just let it hang and then you come back and cut off whatever's left. I got to cut out the hole for the hatch right here. Back here in the back, same deal, just cut the skirt off and do some sanding. And then I can do the finish on everything. So yeah, this has been a huge milestone. I'm like overwhelmed with how well everything has turned out and how good it looks. So yeah, I mean, this thing looks amazing, doesn't it? Wow, what a project this has been. See, I got a little bit of trimming to do and a bunch of sanding to do, but other than that, it's really coming out nice. So today's going to be a day of sanding and grinding and sanding and grinding. So the whole front deck is pretty much sanded with the rough paper. I hit it all with 40 grit. After I do the non-skid on there and stuff, you're not even going to see these little hairs, but I'm probably going to come through and hit it with like 100 or 120 as well. So I'm going to move to the back and go ahead and sand all that stuff down and taper and grade all that in. Got a thunderstorm in the background there, so hopefully it stays in the background and doesn't hit me, but it probably will. All right, moving on back. Alright, so back decks are sanded, front deck is sanded. I got a little bit to do here around the face and stuff, and then the whole floor needs sanded. So, favorite thing to do is sand, but it's almost done. I feel like I'm going to go through pretty much this whole package of paper before I'm done. So here we go, prepare to sand. Got a bunch of water in her still, but she floats. Look at that. Hey, get in, Jesse.
Get in, you want to get it? Get in.
Go tell Grandpa it floats.
You okay? You want to get in the boat?
First float test in the yard.
Grandpa!
Like we didn't think it actually would.
Wait!